Welcome to Success Superstars, episode number 91, and my special guest, David Knox. David, welcome.
Thank you very much. Happy to be on episode number 91. Thank you, Mark.
We're getting close to 100. I've got to decide what we do for episode 100.
I'll come back.
Yeah, there we go. Now, David, as a successful national speaker, a coach, a trainer, you have developed this amazing business, but it didn't always start that way. So, where did you start, and how did you get started down this journey of helping other people be successful?
Well, I got in the real estate business by accident. One night in November of 72, my best friend said, "What are you doing tonight?" And I said, "I don't know why." And he says, "I'm going to go get my real estate license. Do you want to come?" And I went, "Sure."
Yeah.
Well, that kind of commitment, I got into the business. Well, I was still in my Animal House days and really had a horrible start to the business. But I decided I got to quit drinking, quit partying, quit smoking, clean up my act. And I became a top agent in our company in Minneapolis in the mid-'70s. And Ralph Burnett, the owner of the company, asked me to come and do a training class. And I liked it, and they liked it. And I said, you know what? This is what I want to do. So I'd been selling, I'd been managing, and doing training. And I decided to just do full-time training. And then I got my CRS. I became a CRS in 1978 and started doing CRS courses. I ended up writing 3 of the courses, CRS 201, 2, and 3. And then in 82, Merrill Lynch. I don't remember when Merrill Lynch got in the business.
I do. Yeah.
They got in the business and they bought 33 different companies, and ours, which was Burnett Realty in Minneapolis, they bought the company. And at that time, I wanted to run my own and start speaking business. And Ralph said, "Don't do that." And I said, "Well, what do you mean don't do that?" He says, "Don't do that." And I learned when Ralph says something, I'll listen. Right. And a couple of months later, huge impact day, Dakin Ferris, the chairman of the board, flies in on his Grumman G5 or something and to announce they bought the company. And I went up to Dakin Ferris, the chairman of the board of all of Merrill Lynch worldwide.
Uh-huh.
And I said, "Mr. Ferris, I'm David Knox. I do training here at the company." I said, "Do you guys have a national training program or a national training director?" He says, "No, we don't." And I said, "You're going to need one, and I'd like to be it." And he looked at me like, "Who are you, you punk kid?" Right. And by the end of 82, I had the job, and I was the national training director for Merrill Lynch Realty in Stamford, Connecticut. I lived a charmed life out there. I met a beautiful woman that I dated. I raced cars against Paul Newman at Lime Rock, Watkins Glen, and all the Northeast tracks. Traveled the world and did seminars. And then in 86 or 7, Merrill Lynch said, we're going to get out of the business and we're going to sell the company. And they sold it to Prudential.
Right.
And they said, if you want to go ahead and start your own business, now's a good time. So 87, I moved back to Minneapolis, started David Knox Seminars, and since then I've done 3,500 live seminars in 50 states, 8 provinces, and 12 countries.
Wow. What an amazing journey. Now, obviously, you've learned a lot about what makes real estate agents tick and what can move them from being, let's say, good to great or average to amazing. If you were to share with our audience just a few of the things that would make a difference in their business, what might those be?
The big one just absolutely has to be initiative. And maybe along with that, courage. I don't know, Bob Wolf talks about, David, real estate agents don't need any more techniques. The business is really pretty simple. What they need is 20 seconds of courage. And I think he got that out of a book someplace, but it's a great quote, 20 seconds of courage. Appraisal comes in low. You don't want to tell your seller, you call them. But I think taking the initiative to generate your own business. Too many, I want my broker to give me leads. I want my broker to pay for it. Well, it's nice when your broker does that. But the agents that I know that make a lot of money, full on 100% initiative, they take responsibility for their own business. Right. So that would be the number one. After that, getting help as quickly as you can. You don't need a team of 8 people, but an assistant to help you out so you can focus on the chores of listing, selling, and negotiating. That's all you should be doing. Uh-huh. And I think focus on the fundamentals. Everybody's so enamored with technology, and technology has made this business so much simpler and faster. But we're getting away from the face-to-face, people-to-people business. And I watch agents, they'll spend $2,000 a month on leads for buyers that aren't going to buy for 8 months, and they were given to 18 other agents. I go, if you're going to spend $2,000 a month, why don't you have a party, an event, and invite real people and get Facebook photos? And there's just so many ways to connect. In fact, one of the videos we have in our system is on event marketing. 2 women who absolutely hate all forms of real estate prospecting, but they said, we love to party. So they have parties in $5 million homes, and they're making a fortune.
Wow. So initiative, right? Initiative is key.
Yep.
taking action. I'm assuming initiative and taking action go hand in hand.
It all falls into that, and the courage to do it.
The courage to do it, and the courage to get some help. Sometimes getting help is a big leap because there's an investment in maybe hiring a virtual assistant or a part-time assistant moving into a full-time, so they can focus on those things that I call them the money-making activities, the 3 M's, money-making activities.
Absolutely. And the fundamentals, if I moved to Dallas, Texas, and I didn't know anybody, first thing I would do is I'd hold an open house every day for a year. I would knock on all the for sale banners in my market area, and I'd work expired listings, and I would go face to face. So I want to be face to face with people and have that be the base.
Right. And you would invest your money probably in more get-togethers and relationship building type activities.
Yeah, 80% all commission revenues generated was from sphere of influence, past customers, past clients. So why are we spending a fortune on the 20% that?
Right. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Well, so if there was anything you could leave the audience with, if there's a quote, a tip, besides getting signed up for your David Knox Academy.
Well, they already have that through you. So I guess I would certainly suggest that they tune in, learn about it, get our mobile app so they can listen to it every day. But the quote that I use in training is 5 minutes of show me is worth 5 hours of tell me. So I started doing video training 20 years ago, and we did it on VHS and we did it on DVD. And the videos always featured role plays. We hired actors to be the customers, and I played the role of the agent, and we did commission objections, listing, selling, everything. They're still in that training. Some of those are 20 years old, but they're word perfect today.
Right.
And then they went into our online portal, and we started with 67 videos, and now I think we've got 564 covering everything you'd ever want to learn about real estate.
Right. So 5 minutes to show me is better than 5 hours to tell me.
Yeah, and there's a lot of videos. They say it's video. It's really an audio over PowerPoint, kind of what you and I are doing.
Right.
It's okay. You can learn that way, but I think when you watch a real agent on a real transaction, that's pretty powerful. So I've been in the video world. The other thing a lot of agents may know me for is my video, Pricing Your Home to Sell. The consumer video, DVD, realtors would buy from me for $39. They'd put it in the pre-listing package with microwave popcorn and get all their listings priced right. Well, now it's a mobile app. So for $20 a month, they can send pricing, preparing your home to sell, all of our other consumer videos. So that really kind of put me on the map along with doing, 3,500 seminars.
David, what's amazing about that right now, it's a tale of two markets. So it's funny how the markets come and go. We're back now in a market where the upper end of the market, if you're not priced right, you need advice, right? You got to price right to get the advice. And the professional real estate agent's in the best position to deliver that advice. But pricing is never been more important than it is in today's market.
Well, and speaking of that, when my pricing listings is one of my specialties and always has been. And one of the things I've said to audiences, I said, how many have an overpriced listing? Whatever, 100 hands go up. And I say, I will make this declaration that none of you have a pricing problem. I go,
Right.
What do you mean, our overpriced listing? Pricing is not your problem. It is always, always, always motivation. And I go around and somebody will argue with me. No, it's pricing. Okay, why hasn't the seller reduced? Well, because they're going to Florida. When do they need to be there? Well, they're not in a rush. I rest my case. It's always, always, always motivation. It's never anything else. So if you misdiagnose, you're going to misprescribe. So for anybody listening to this that's got a listing that's overpriced, get back to their motivation and find out, do they want to sell or do they want to stay?
Yeah, because primarily they're just dabbling. They're probably just dabbling to see what happens.
Yeah, and the time to get a price reduction is before that market drops underneath them, or you're going to chase it all the way down. So, and we've got a lot of videos in the training that talk about that, and we've got videos of people actually getting price reductions. So it's kind of fun.
Awesome. I love it. I can't wait to get that exposed to our entire network. Well, as we wrap up this episode, any last words of wisdom you'd like to share with our audience today?
Oh, I don't know where to begin other than when we do a live seminar, which I love to do. It's my favorite thing. I just got back from an hour. We do a live seminar, sit down in front, interact, have some fun. Mm-hmm. And when you get access to our training, just one a day. Some of our videos our average length is 12 minutes. We have quick tips that are 2, 3, 4 minutes. We do have some that are longer than that. Our goal setting motivation gets into, you got to set aside an hour to do the thing. But I guess I'm going to close with this. Is this going to be released right about...
Yeah, it'll be released here in the next couple of weeks.
And here's my advice. It's going to make everybody a lot of money because I assume most of your agents, because I know you guys, are highly experienced with a book of business sphere of influence. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Okay. What they need to do is telephone. I want them to pick this device up, not the computer. I want them to get on the phone, and I want them to call. Telephone every human being on their list, starting with the priority, your past customers and clients. And there's 3 things you can do when you call your past customers: thank, invite, inform. Number 1, thank. Just call them up and say thank you. I just got done signing. Now I've got more to go. 200 out of 300 of my Thanksgiving cards, and I'm sending out, baskets from Harry and David to our top customers. Mm-hmm. So that's my way of thanking. I'm going to get on the phone and thank people. I'm actually going to send video messages this year. I'm going to go right down there and I'll say, "Hey, Mark, Dave, thank you very much for signing up." And 8 seconds. That's all. So thank their customers and clients. Just thanks for listening. Thanks for selling. You turn it into a business call. You don't have to. They might, because they'll say, "How's the market?" You say the market's whatever, and move on. Number 2 is invite. If you have some kind of event, invite them. The Riz Media Power Broker dinner that I had. I bought a table. It's a really expensive table. I get on the phone, I call our customers, and I invite them. Only 6 people show up, but I may have talked to 40 or 50, and they all got the benefit of me saying, "Hey, I want you at my table." Yeah. So thank and invite, and if you can't do either of those, inform. Call them up and say, "Just want to let you know, as we go into 2020, here's what the market is doing." But they have to telephone their customers and clients. That's where the money is. So if I can get people to do that, the rest of it doesn't matter.
I love it. Thank, invite, and inform.
Yep.
Love it. That's a formula for success. And David, I am so grateful for you spending time with us today, and we'll see you soon on another episode of Success Superstars.